Now, lingerie can do one of two things to a woman. It can make you feel like this hot, sexy goddess who's about to lay it down, or it can get you feeling completely awkward and silly. And a lot more people than like to admit feel the latter. But as I've learned, it really doesn't have to be like this. And I'm a good candidate to talk about this because if you've watched my sex series that I did, you'll know that I felt incredibly awkward because I didn't have much body confidence. But that's a completely different story today. So I'm going to be sharing some of the things that have helped me and I know can help you too. Hi guys, it's Antoinette and welcome back to my channel. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome and consider subscribing if you like the content. Now, while I still highly advocate that the best thing you can do to build your confidence, not only in this area, but in any other area really, is working on your inner person and the inner image you have of yourself. Like how you see yourself and how you feel about your body is very important, because if you don't see yourself as sexy and own it, or try to see yourself the way your partner sees you, for instance, then it's going to be really hard for you to convey that message of sexiness across, and you'll end up staying in that cycle of always feeling uncomfortable when it comes to doing something different, and in this case wearing lingerie. However, I do appreciate that working on yourself is not an overnight job, and it takes a lot of diligence and a lot of patience. So in the meanwhile, there's a couple of things that I will suggest that you do that can help you. And the first thing is to change how you see lingerie. Now, you can argue that what's the point in dressing up for someone who's probably seen you naked a number of times? But I really believe that there's power in lingerie. It does something not only to him, but to you as well. See it as a trigger, alerting him of what's to come. Better still, like wrapping paper or a gift box. When you get a Christmas present, see, Christmas is coming up now. When you get a Christmas present, it's nice when someone's made the extra effort or gone that extra length to wrap it up nicely, package it nicely, you know, before you tuck into the actual gift. It's not like you want someone to just come and plonk the gift in your hand like, here, have it, without no presentation. If you do something like that, it kind of cuts out the element of suspense and surprise. And you know, the better the packaging looks, the more excited you get to find out exactly what's inside. So I think it's worth you changing your mentality about lingerie. And if you're on the, well, it doesn't really matter camp, then just make that extra effort, no matter how silly you may initially feel. Know that the more you practice it, the easier it's going to get and the awkwardness begins to fizzle out. Trust me, been there, done that. And like I said before, this is not just for him, it's for you as well. It makes you feel a lot sexier. And this leads on to my next point, which is work your way up. If you're feeling awkward or if you lack confidence when it comes to lingerie, then you really don't want to be diving into the deep end. Take your time, slowly work your way up with what you are comfortable with. So contrary to popular advice, don't go in with the suspenders, the nipple tassels, or even attempt anything S&M-ish when you're mentally not at that stage. A lot of people say doing things like this will make you more confident in the bedroom, blah, 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 blah. But I have to disagree, because I think when you initially start to do these kind of things and you're extremely self-conscious, it only adds to the awkwardness and increases your uncomfortability. So don't plonk yourself in that situation. Take baby steps and pace yourself, booze. Remember, it's progression over perfection. And this also leads on to my next point, which is get the right type of lingerie. You really don't want to be wearing something that you are not initially comfortable in, especially if you lack confidence. I feel like I'm banging on about the same thing over and over again, but I need you to get this. The more comfortable you feel, the more confident you are going to feel. And I can't stress how much you really need to do what works for you and not try to copy other people, or not try and do what you see around. Don't crash and burn in the process of trying to style out something that's not for you or your body type. Something that looks good on someone else may not necessarily make you feel exceptionally great, especially if you lack confidence. So experiment and look for what you feel great in, what makes you feel sexy. Emphasis on the word you, because you're not really dressing up for any other person except for your partner and yourself. And in all honesty, he's probably not going to be too bothered about what your body looks like. All he cares for is the fact that he can see that trigger, he can see the lingerie which is telling him, I'm getting something, you know what I mean? And as an example, when I started off, even though I had various types of lingerie, but I only ever went back to like the baby doll types, the slick types of lingerie, because that's what I felt comfortable in. And all the other types of lingerie, like the 2 pieces, all of that, they stayed at the bottom of my cupboard. I really didn't touch them because I wasn't comfortable in them, because I didn't really want to show too much of my body. So as my confidence grew, I would experiment a little bit more, try out a different style. And then I realized, you know what, it's not as bad as I thought it was. All these thoughts were really just in my head. And now I can practically wear every and any type of lingerie. But my point is, don't force yourself into what you're not comfortable in, because when you're uncomfortable, you don't feel sexy and it doesn't make for a great session. So I suggest that you go into store and try on a few types. You can see how you look in it, see how you feel in them, and you get the right fit. And if you're a bit insecure about places like your boobie area, for instance, so if you're a bit small up there like me, then try lingerie with a push-up bra. If you don't want your belly showing, again, opt for the baby doll types, or even bodysuits. You know, there's a lot of really nice lacy bodysuits that can double up as lingerie. And another tip, if you are really super self-conscious, try wearing your lingerie under like a regular outfit and then get him to take it off. This will make the process less daunting for you, because it's kind of acting like that outer clothing is acting as a protective shield for you in your mind. And him undressing you kind of loosens any tension you might be feeling and helps you relax. Well, this is what worked for me. I'm just suggesting it. It might not work for you, but I'm going to suggest it anyway. And once you've built your confidence in that area, then you might want to like take it up a notch and then like kind of tease him, you know, wear your lingerie under a nice silk robe or something like that. Have dinner together with just enough poking out, just enough on show, you know. You'll see how quickly that food will disappear because he knows what's coming. Remember, the main goal in all of this is to get you to feel comfortable first. It's like a dominoes effect. Once you start to feel comfortable in yourself, then the sexiness will eventually come. Everything else will just gradually fall into place. Leading on from this, talking about costs, you really don't have to spend an arm and a leg on lingerie. A lot of people say lingerie is too expensive, there's no point because you're not wearing it all the time, blah, 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 blah. Now, I have to admit that the higher end brands like Jean Provocateur, Victoria's Secrets, all of them, they feel good. The quality is exceptional with a lot of these brands. However, if you don't have the funds, you don't have to go to these high-end stores, shops, supermarkets. Everyone seems to be doing lingerie now. So cost is not an excuse anymore, I don't feel. And just to prove my point, for the first time, I've actually bought lingerie from Boohoo, and I've brought it out for you guys. I just want to quickly show you. I brought from Boohoo and Maven. Let me show you while I'm talking about it now. This is the Boohoo one. Okay, initially, feeling the quality, it don't feel that great, I'm not gonna lie. But like, back to my point, how long is this gonna stay on you? Like, really? You know, by the time he rips it off. This one, this is like a baby doll one that I was talking about, but it's like a sexy-vised version. So I really liked that whole crisscrossy thing in the front. But look, it already looks like, has this come out? Oh gosh, this looks very flimsy, but I'll sort it out. And that's for the neck, and then it's backless, and then it's got the sheer material, see-through sheer material at the bottom. Like I said, feeling the quality, it's not great, but I'm just trying to show you that you can shop lower end when it comes to lingerie. I'm starting to buy a lot more cheaper pieces, and now I've shopped in Boohoo. I don't know if I'm going to go back to Boohoo, because just feeling the quality, I'm just like, but to buttress the point that you're not always going to be wearing lingerie, and if you ain't or anything like me, you want to switch it up. So this is like the bra. Okay, these look a lot different online than they do in reality, but I can shop online now because I know my fits, I know my styles, I know my sizing, all of that. This is just the bra bit, and I just like the fact that it had these like strips on the side and in the front, and then the panties, it has it on the side of this as well. Oh my gosh, this looks really small. Am I gonna fit in this? Okay, I can adjust it on the side. So that's that, and that goes like that. Obviously I ain't gonna wear it for you, but you get the drift. And then a bit more high-end than Boohoo is Maven. Now this feels good. The quality of this feels really nice, and I just liked the whole lacy. Can you see that lace detailing? I think it's super sexy. This is a simple top and bottom, but like the quality of this already screams nice to me. Wow, this feels super soft. And then this is the underwear. So nice and simple. I just like the back, the detailing at the back. Kind of just had this kind of strip thing here. So yeah, it doesn't have to be anything out there, but this will work well. So yes, don't see lingerie as investment pieces, because you're not going to be in it that long, if you know what I mean. And if you really want to go high end, like the high end brands, because of the quality especially, then consider buying their stuff in the sales. You don't have to buy what's new in. So ladies, when it comes to your negligee, there are no excuses. Plenty of stores out there, both online and in store, different price ranges. Now my next point is practice outside of the bedroom. Being self-conscious kills any form of sexiness. So give yourself that added boost of confidence when it comes to wearing lingerie and feeling sexy in general by practicing dressing up sexy outside of the bedroom. Don't just leave it to just before sex, before you want to wear it. Wear it in your everyday life. This helps you shed that embarrassing, overly self-conscious feeling a lot quicker. This is advice that I got from my aunt. It will be an instant confidence boost to your lingerie game if you wear your lingerie under your clothing. So let's say you're going out or you're going to work. The very fact that you know in your mind that you have lingerie on instantly makes you feel a lot sexier, which elevates your confidence. And if you're single and you're watching this, then practice getting comfortable in lingerie now before you're coupled up, because you already know that I'm a firm believer in saying and doing what you want to see in your life before it manifests. Just put your action to your faith. Apart from working on your mind and your inner image, help yourself not have to struggle with issues of feeling confident in your negligee later on in life, you know? And an additional point to this is that you might want to try the total immersion method. Some women say that this has really helped them feel comfortable in lingerie. So it's similar to, you know, in the army where they get people, if they want to learn a language really quickly, they kind of totally immerse that person in that language. They can't hear or speak anything but that language in a short space of time. See this, or kind of transfer that same mentality over to this process. If they want to be fluent in that language quickly, they totally immerse themselves in it. Totally immerse. I don't even know what I'm saying now. Total immersion in it. So the same way, kind of like, and I'm not saying you from now on you always have to wear lingerie, no, but I'm just saying for that period of time you might want to consider just banging it out when it comes to your lingerie, so you're like completely comfortable in it in yourself, and it's not such a big deal when it comes to like wanting to have sex with your man. And once your confidence begins to grow, then you might want to begin to introduce accessories like the suspenders that I was talking about, the props, if you're so inclined, because these can actually make you feel a lot sexier. But remember what I said before, you want to do this once you've gotten over that initial hurdle of feeling comfortable in yourself. And don't forget that making yourself feel good, if it's the makeup, smelling good, putting on heels, all of this come with the package of elevating your sexiness. Check out the video that I did on spicing your sex life up under the sex series for more points on this. I don't want to go off tangent in this video. Now, while we're still on this topic, sis, you need to ditch that headscarf. There's nothing that screams the opposite of sexy than a smelly, dirty headscarf or wrap. Headscarf and lingerie just don't go hand in hand together. So for just one night, keep it away. You'll thank me later. All these things seem so extra and unnecessary until you actually do it and see the results. Now, finally, don't take yourself too seriously, because this puts unnecessary pressure on you and causes you to tense up. Have fun with it. If you blunder, laugh it off. Remember that you need to be yourself and don't try and be someone else. Don't try and be this super sexy goddess or something that you've seen. Be your own version of sexy. Sexy is relative. You get to define your own sexy, no matter what the world tells you, no matter what the media tells you, no matter what social media tells you. You be your own version of sexy. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave it there for now. I hope you got something from this video. If you liked it, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also leave your comments below. Take it easy, ladies, and I'll catch you in my next video. And remember that it's one step at a time to becoming confident. Bye for now.